All right, thought we'd have a little fun. Today's a little warm. Uh, just rain, so it's a little bit humid. Normally, there's no humidity here. Today's video is the top 11 stupid things I did regarding to relating to Thailand. I originally had like 400 things, but I narrowed it down to the top 11. Um, you'll make many mistakes planning here. You'll make many mistakes as you move here. You'll make many mistakes as you settle or attempt to settle somewhere, and then you'll start making fewer mistakes, hopefully. If you're the kind of person that learns from them, you will make fewer mistakes over time. Some people just some people end up really sad and in a very bad way. It's very sad. You want to be careful because the risk is it's cheap to live here, and if you F it up here, okay, it becomes very daunting with the prospect of returning to your home country, which might be a 3 to 5 time living expense. How are you going to manage that? You didn't handle this. Now you got to go back. Going this way is easy. Going down's easy. Ice skating downhill is great. Ice skating uphill not so much. So anyway, so number one. And none of this in any way relates to my lady. I believe I have a good lady. I'm 100% convinced that I'm not being scammed or taken financially advantage of. I also believe I'm in a mutual good relationship. I'm just now I'm into normal sorting relationship mode after all those things before. Now, after all that work and all that effort, now I'm down to the amount of work and effort it will take to sort out a normal relationship anywhere else. So it is a bit of work. If you want to go full immersion and you want to go something a little more mutual, which I'm not saying that in any way. Believe me, I do not think in any way and want to imply that makes me any kind of better person or anything. It's just what I want. And I don't want something 50-50, by the way. So, I'm the one writing the check. So, and I'm older and I've got more experience. So I do expect, and she expects that I do take a final say in things. And that's a relationship that works for us. So, anyway, so the first one, number one, is I focused on too few of women too early on in the process. I ultimately ended up in a good spot again, just to state that, but it made it more stressful for me. It was definitely more difficult and it was harder on old Rob here by having, for some reason, it's just, we're used to working and getting stuff done, and I took this as a task and I wanted to get it done and rather than enjoy the process and the journey. So I probably looked at it the wrong way a little bit, but it's easier and less stress, I think, really. You can trust me on that. If you don't focus in so much so quickly and just let the process take its time. And in that time, you're living somewhere, maybe you find another lady and then you go live there for a while or whatever, and it lets you try different things because what you think you want and picture here really may not be what you want. How many people think they really want a fancy sports car and then they get it and they go, oh, the gas mileage is awful. I can't put anything in it. I can't go to Home Depot with this thing. Parking is awful. I wince every time I scrape the bumper going up a ramp to a parking lot. Whatever. And or I used to be in the construction business, and so many people, the owners, project owners, would take on ownership and some co-control of the project design because in their mind they were, I like the phrase, they were legends in their own mind. This guy's an accountant, yet somehow he's going to outdo our team of architects. And they didn't. And they when they did that, the project always suffered. When we were done, it looked like crap. And then they would realize it and they wouldn't like it because they built what they thought they wanted. We could build what you really wanted. We could. We were good. I was good at my job, and so were my people. Same thing here. Don't take too much control and say, "Oh, when I get there to this foreign land I've never been at before, or I've visited but never lived before, this is the kind of lady I want, and this is how I want to live." Really? How do you know that? You know. Plus, you may want to let loose for a while. Uh, some Pattaya guys, I pick on them a fair bit, but maybe it's deserved. But who cares? It's life is life. But some of them, they kind of gas out after a couple months, a year, 6 months, and then they start to settle down and go, okay, I did that. That's great. Check the box. I get it. Okay, fine. Whatever. No judgments. Everyone's got to do what everyone's got to do. That's okay. I'm a pretty non-judgmental guy. I have a little fun here and there, but everybody can do what they want, and you might change your mind. So just thinking about that. So that was a mistake I made. I focused in on a literal handful of ladies after sorting hundreds and hundreds of people again online. So which is super risky. It was a brave and bold choice in my case. I'll tell the story sometime, but. It was a very brave choice. My friends all were like, "You're really going to do that, Rob? You're because after everything fell apart with a bunch of other things, you're like, you're still going to Thailand?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I'm not going to let anybody scare me off of what my plan was." So it was a bold choice for me, but not necessarily a smart one. It's working out. Roll with the punches. All right, let's see. Let's look at number 2. All right, so I'll try this here. I've got my good microphone again. There's some rain though, which might be loud. It may overwhelm my denoise software, which is mediocre at best, if I'm being honest. I'm not super happy with the noise canceling stuff I have. I hope they make improvements soon. Anyways, the second stupid thing I did relating to retiring in Thailand is I shopped online for ladies, Thai ladies. Man, that's, I think, literally, specifically, exactly, maybe the worst thing you can do. It really is. It's super tempting. Oh, you see all the little pictures, and oh, look how pretty they are, and they all want to chat with you and flirt with you and tell you how handsome you are after your recent ex-wife has told you just dog food the last 10 years or whatever, and and you're looking at this, moderate pension, wondering how you're going to afford stuff, and then you look here and you go, geez, I get 35 American dollars or Thai dollars for every one of my dollars. And in some areas they go 1-to-1. They go dollar to dollar on some things they don't, obviously, but you're 5 times richer here if you immerse like I have. You can multiply by 5, take that $2,000 a month pension, that's 10 grand a month, pal. You'll be living like that. And so super tempting, super tempting. Yeah. Let's see. What's the problem with that? Oh, yeah, the scammers know that too. And they have experience. You don't. They know exactly what you want and what you want to hear. You don't know what to say to them. That's like, I mean, you're better off going to one of those open call sessions for like the NBA draft or something and see if you can just go there and outshoot LeBron James or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't, I mean, you're unarmed compared to, I hope if you've been watching this channel, then you understand that by now. But if you haven't seen a lot of my stuff, they'll make mincemeat out of you, pal. They really will. Now, ultimately things worked out for me. I've settled in a good spot, but was it much more stress, much more work for me, much more worry, many more sleepless nights? Yeah, it was. It was stress I didn't need while I was recovering from multiple spinal surgeries in the same year. It wasn't extra stress. It wasn't on my list of things to do. Still isn't. I'll think about it next year maybe. So, online, man, if you want to go online just to meet a couple people, just to say you did it, so you have a couple people waiting for you that are most likely scammers anyway, as long as you don't give them any money or tell them what you have or talk about your pension or agree to build a house on their land, for God's sakes, how many people meet somebody online and they say they're going to build a house on a stranger's land? It makes me sad how many guys here I see, they're new here, and that's what they're talking about. So I'm going to do some basic videos coming up, by the way. Losing train of thought, sorry. So anyway, I looked online. If you want to, no more than 1 month in advance, please, for God's sake. That gives the scammers less time to get their hooks into you. Okay, so at least you can come here and you have maybe not even half a defense, but you got a quarter of a defense left or something, okay? And then meeting in person is the way to go. Dating in person, all the real ties, the real dating is on Facebook dating. And they'll use Badoo. Badoo, I think, is better than Tinder, Badoo, but that's when you're here. Those Tinder and Badoo show your location. Like you turn the GPS on your phone to show your location, and it shows where you are. So you'll meet people in your area. And then I still strongly recommend Kalat. This is a fantastic area. Super. From what I can see from my year being here, this is the most underrated location in all of Thailand. The suburban Kalat. If you're a city guy and you're a party guy, Kalat City. They got you covered. There's 2 good expat bars, and there's probably 20 good bars, and 50 nice restaurants, and some really nice ones that actually aren't even all that super expensive. And a bunch of legit, kind of like, I call them Thai only. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed in. It just, they're places that have very small and vague signage and Thai only, and the menu's Thai only. And you can see they're not catering to me as a clientele. I'm welcome there. I get no dirty looks, but they're not seeking me out. And I like those kind of places too. I like it all. I'll take the whole thing. So, all right, that's 2 now. 2 dumb things I've done, stupid things I've done relating to Thailand. Much more to come. No, thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.